5 mistakes you should be aware of specifically when you're starting out. Hi guys, I'm Tejal Chopra and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing with you 5 such mistakes or 5 things you should absolutely be aware of, take care of specifically when you're starting out. Yes, these are some of the mistakes I have personally made and that's the reason I'm telling you so that you don't make them. And secondly, I have worked closely with a lot of people who've done these mistakes. So it's like all of these collaborated mistakes that I'm discussing with you, of which I feel these 5 are the primary things you should know of. So let's dive right into these 5 mistakes. The first one being we don't plan enough. We think we have a great idea, no one is doing it, it's so unique, it is going to help our target consumer and just roll with it. That is not it. We need to know our industry, we need to know our market, we need to do the market research needed, we need to know our product or service inside out before we finalize that this is something we are going to put our money, our energy and our time into. So it's very important that we plan and we are careful with a lot of things before we say that yes, this is it what I want to do and this is how this is going to go. And the flip side of this, which I'm including in this part itself, that is the first mistake, is that sometimes we plan too much, and that's also wrong. If we are spending all our time in planning and not doing, it can hold us back in innumerable ways, because if we feel that everything like probably this is going to happen this way and then X and then Y and then Z, if Z happens this way, I'll have a plan for it. Now oftentimes in business we need to make a pivot, so sometimes the things that we've actually planned for are not something that is going to happen in real life with us. And that's the reason it's okay, absolutely necessary for you to plan a bit, but after that spending too much time in things that are not even going to materialize at times is something that holds us back from doing. We take and spend a lot of time doing the planning, which won't even matter if we don't start, because once we start, we'll know the circumstances of how things are going about, what needs to change and how things will change. Building a business is just like that. So whenever you start something, it is going to pivot. You are going to pivot from what you originally wanted to do, from how things will shift and things will change. It's good to plan, but know your limits when it comes to planning and doing. There's a thin line. Make sure you know the boundary and you plan as much as required, but not more than that, not so much that your time is getting wasted because of just planning. Yes, that was the first mistake, you guys. Now the second mistake is spending too much time on things which are not as important to your consumers or for your consumers. So for example, what we did, like we were setting up a venture, me and my friends started a venture together. So when we were thinking about the name, we were thinking about how our audience would be affected with that name, and we spent so many days, so much effort into just thinking about the right name, which eventually we had to change because we pivoted the business model. So like I was saying, spending so much time on a name is not necessary, because your audience will relate to a brand once it becomes a brand. So they don't care about the name. The name is often for the people who are creating it. So it's all the more emotional. But spending so much time on something which is not as relevant to your audience as much as it's an emotional thing for you is not important. And for the second and the third venture like this, we've not thought about the name in such grave detail, not spent so many days on it, and everything went well. Secondly, we often think that the logo is very important. It is important, but when you're starting out, when you're just laying the foundation of things, it's not as important. So even doing with a simple logo and then rebranding and redefining it when needed is absolutely okay to go with. Now branding is also one such thing. Likewise, there are many other such things wherein we spend too much time on, not realizing that this is not going to make such a big difference and it can always be changed. And oftentimes these are the things that take up and suck up all your time, and you're not doing the things that actually need your time the most. Your time is sacred and you need to save it by not making the mistake 1 and mistake 2. Awesome. Moving on to the third thing is, often for a few businesses like mine, like online businesses, we think that we don't need money or we don't need funding, which is not correct. Even though we might require lesser funds than setting up something which requires huge machinery or labor costs, we still need money. Yes, that's right. So make sure you have plans for sourcing that money. For example, if you're building an online business, you need a domain, you need hosting, you need software, you need to run ads, you need to have a budget for that. And if you plan on learning a skill set, you definitely need to invest in that. So likewise, according to the kind of business you plan to do, you still would need certain investment. So plan ahead so that you have that kind of money in the bank, or you have sources from where you can derive this money, at least for the time being, at least for the start, and be set up for success on the basis of that. So don't think that if it's an online business, I would not need any money. Absolutely, you'd still need money to survive during that time. You would still need money on software expenses and all the other basic things that are needed for running your kind of online business. There are so many different types of online business that I'm not listing out all the details of things that can be there. But if you need specifics on one kind of online business, make sure you leave them in the comments, and I'll try to make a separate basic expenses video on that kind of an online business and what money would you need. Now, moving on to the fourth mistake, which is basically not documenting enough. Yes, that's right. Not creating contracts with your clients or customers, not having contracts in place, whereas where there is a partnership, whether you're doing business with your friend or family member, we often think that when we know a person, these things don't matter. They're only going to take extra time, the legal aspects of it, but it's very, very important. So definitely be very careful if you're setting up your own business. You are doing the legalities so that it doesn't come and bite you in the back later, and you have everything set up as per your own country. Yes, your government, your laws, your taxation, everything is sorted. You talk to a legal person. Here also you would need investment, so be careful of that. But you need to set up these things correctly, because if they go unplanned and not set up, eventually it can cost you a lot more than the initial investment. So be very careful with that. Secondly, when you do work with a client, make sure there's a contract so that you are paid for all the work you've done, and it's not something which is just communicated probably orally on a call or even an email. You need to have a contract signed digitally. It could be signed digitally, it could be signed in person, it's your call. But make sure you have all the documentation set up when it comes to your clients, when it comes to your employees, when it comes to your partners, or anyone who's doing business with you. Also subcontractors in this case. Even non-disclosure agreements are so important when you're working with someone whose information is discreet. It's supposed to be kept that way, and your team members are also working with you. So make sure everything is sorted so that you don't get into any legal hassles, and you're paid for all the effort, all the work that you're doing, and nothing comes and disturbs you then. Now, moving on to the next one, which we think is that when we are starting, because we have low funding, we need to do everything by ourselves. I know I've done that. I know why this feels safe, because we want to spend less and we need to keep everything in our control. And you're not wrong when you're thinking that, but when you do not get things done by an expert, at times you're harming your own business more than you know. So it's important to know when to hire. Don't go on a hiring spree and spend all your money on people. Know when to hire, know whom to hire, and know when to subcontract. Sometimes subcontracting or outsourcing can really help you save money as well as save time and get the best work done. Sometimes some softwares can help you. By spending only $20, $30 a month, also you'll be able to utilize a software which will do the work more efficiently and by consuming less time. So know all of these things and make a good decision. Don't hire just for the sake of hiring and then spending so much money on just people you don't probably need when you're starting out. Instead, know when you want to outsource, when you want to subcontract. Don't do everything by yourself. Use softwares, use templates. There are so many free things even available online that can help you save so much time and money that we don't think about them. We immediately think about person we need to pay, or we immediately think that, okay, I have to do everything right from the start by myself, probably create a new Google Sheet, not knowing that there's a Google Sheet available online, a template available online for it. So I would recommend go check Google, and on the basis of what you find and what fits your business at that specific time, take a call. But make sure you don't do everything by yourself just for keeping things under control or not spending money. At times it's good to let go and let the right person do their job. So till now we discussed the 5 major mistakes that I feel people who are starting out their journey may make. So make sure you're very careful when it comes to these specific things. The first is too less planning and too much planning. It's together. I know you know that now. The second is spending too much time on the things that don't need as much time or attention from you. The third is not planning to have a budget set for certain kinds of businesses wherein we think we don't need money, we still do. Fourth is not having the right documentation in place, not having contracts, agreements, and all of those things. And fifth is doing everything alone or hiring too soon. Both of them together. So let me know if this rang a bell with you. Which are the mistakes that you've seen people make in their start phase of their journeys, or you've probably made, because I've made, and there's no shame in admitting that. That's the reason I'm bringing it out here, because you don't make those mistakes. And I'd love to know from you in the comments below if you liked today's video, if you'd like more videos on the start phase of a business, or this next level after the start phase, how to do things consistently or anything absolutely. I'd love to know from you in the comments below. Make sure if you like this video, like it there as well, and share it with anyone who you feel will benefit from it, and subscribe. Also, if you like today's video, I'm sure you like these two videos which are on online entrepreneurship, business, digital marketing and Instagram. So go watch it right away and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, bye, have a great day.